Oh, I think I got this to work. That took an hour. My goodness. Sorry, guys. Wow, it's been a long time since I streamed. I'm obviously out of the loop. Man, that was frustrating. It's been a while. Come on in. Come on in. Join the stream. I have only one monitor, so I'm going to be kind of going back and forth a little bit. Also, I look like I just woke up. How's everyone doing? It's been so long. We have 11 people watching right now. Sweet. Say hello. Most of you are on YouTube. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. We're gonna be doing talking about some VFX fun stuff, and then doing a little. I'll show you something I'm working on for fun. And come on in, learn some stuff. Love to hear your thoughts on all the fun things in the visual effects world. Is the music too loud? Is that obnoxious? Because I can change it. Just say hello so I kind of know if the chat's working okay. Oh, there we go. What's up, Kevin? Facebook looks like it's working good. Come on, YouTube people. I see there's 12 of you on there. Just say hello. Don't be shy now. Whoa. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a couple of things, cool things. So Nuke, Foundry just announced Nuke 13, and boy, oh boy, it's cool. It's really cool. So if any of you have heard, so there's been a couple of people using, I know Action VFX, and I know Quarter Digital's been using this online website for AI rotoscoping. Well, Nuke, the Foundry, just decided to add AI tools into Nuke. Boom. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So Foundry, of course, drops a huge bomb and is like, check this out. Drops a nuke. Get it? Anyway, yeah, so they're gonna have Nuke will now, Nuke 13 has AI technology built in. Fred, what's up? Watching from Kenya. Welcome. It's always fun to see friends all around the world, all visual effects, people that are interested in visual effects. So yeah, in this live stream, we're just going to be talking, and I'm going to be showing you some stuff that I'm working on and showing you Nuke 13. I have it on my other computer, and I don't have that one connected. So on this computer, I don't. Eventually will have it on here. But I'm going to show you guys what Nuke just dropped. So Nuke, and we're going to talk a little bit about crypto art. All the cool crypto art and NFTs and all that, because the world is changing in the art world. Yeah, if any of you don't know about crypto art, I'll give you a little bit of an update. So basically what's happening is digital artists are now auctioning off their artwork. So their Instagram art, all that kind of digital art. They're auctioning it off through Ethereum, so cryptocurrencies. So because they're blockchained, and I guess now they have value, which is crazy. So Beeple Crap, you guys, everyone go follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. He just sold all of his art for $69 million, something absolutely insane, which is so cool. So it's like this new frontier. It's exciting to see what is happening in the digital art world. Anyway, super fun. Super fun. It's crazy, guys. Things are changing really fast. So in order to sell your artwork, you have to be a part of a bunch of websites, and I've applied to all of them. So hopefully I get an invitation and I get to start selling some of my little art pieces. Those of you that are not following me on Instagram, is this music so annoying? You guys just let me know if it ever gets way annoying. My Instagram is, I'll show you. I'm also seeing if my hotkeys work. Did that switch it over? Let's check. Yes, it did. Okay. Yeah. Go to Instagram /VFX_central. Follow me. Follow you guys back. Say hello. And yeah, so eventually I'm going to try to sell some of my pieces that I've created because I think that's really cool. I'm going to check one thing. There's a way to do... And also I have to have the stream up on the side now because I don't have my 2 monitors. So I apologize about that, guys. So what I've read is even... Yeah, you're not allowed to use you're not allowed to use... Yeah, you're not allowed to use it for commercial use. But you're like the owner of it. It's like owning the Mona Lisa, but you couldn't take the Mona Lisa and, I don't know, use it for commercial use, like use that image, that art to advertise and stuff. So it's just like owning a Mona Lisa or owning some art. Yeah, it's crazy. Fred's, it's fun to read your comment. Yeah. Don't feel depressed. I know it's easy to get depressed about like not being on those yet, but mine is, if you guys want to follow me, I'm going to get invited because I have friends on here on Foundation, and it's Aaron's bot. I'm gonna go buy Aaron's bot for selling my art, and I actually just purchased my buddy McFly's stuff. So yeah, follow him too. So I already own this piece, and I look at, it's like a little investment, but it's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna eventually start selling my stuff on Foundation, which will be really fun. Hello from Shannon, what's up? Long time. Sorry guys, it's been a minute. Life has been absolutely crazy. Just so busy. Full-time job, freelance, family life, got a baby, got a 1-year-old, and then I got another one on the way. So things are crazy. It's just so busy. Anyway, again, I'm sorry I'm gonna have my chat coming in and out, but it's the only way I can read, just because, guys, I gotta get my other monitor set up. I have too many computers in here. So I'm going to be kind of popping this on and off to check your guys' chats. I also want to see, we're about to get trippy. Let me go back in here. And I think if I go display me is number 4. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Display me. So you can see me in the corner. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about Nuke 13 that got dropped. Let me turn this off. So, some crazy, they obviously do some workflow speed up things. But another cool thing is they're adding Hydra, and I've been playing on my other computer. They added, so instead of scanline render, or for the viewport, you're using Hydra. So it's really cool because it's faster, it looks better, it's more accurate. And yeah, so Hydra will be the new render, I think the latest and greatest render engine. They're starting to update their 3D stuff in Nuke, which is so cool. Let me bring up the chat, see what you guys are saying. Anyway, oh no! Gosh, I need to get 2 monitors set up again. Anyway, so yeah, Nuke is Nuke is gonna be, it just added all this cool stuff in it, which is super cool as far as like the 3D viewport. So I'm curious, what they're going to eventually have. I know you can do, there's an Eddy plugin that you can do volumetrics and stuff, which is sweet. Anyway, oh yeah, and you can bring USDs, which I'm still learning USDs, so I don't really want to teach USDs until I understand the USD format. A bunch of sync review stuff, annotations. So if you guys want to watch this videos more in depth, yeah, go check out Foundry's website, and they'll show you all this crazy stuff. But here's the coolest thing. Okay, so basically with AI, the better the input, the better the output. So what they have created is this inference, or this thing called copycat. So here's what you do is you would take, right here they're taking like 2 frames of an image, right, of a video. They'll be like, okay, 2 frames, and we're going to clean this person's face up. So they're cleaning the person's face up on just 2 frames, and then they take those same 2 frames as a reference, as the as just the I think the input is just like, okay, this is what it used to be, and this is how we changed it. And from that, it'll run this algorithm, and it'll be able to run through the rest of your footage. This is just what AI stuff does, and it'll be able to basically do the rest of the cleanup. So right on this example, what they did is they removed like a black eye for only 2 frames, and then they ran the AI, and it went through the rest of their footage and removed it, which is crazy. So they did it one part where there was like lots of light on his face, and they did a shadowy frame. So they just, did it on 2 of those frames. Boom, it did it. So there's some crazy things like doing like upscaling actually looks way better because it's done through AI. So they have this upscale. I want to show you the roto stuff they do too. Oh yeah, they updated cryptomats. If you go to Foundry, what is it? Foundry Learn. I'll show you this example of Foundry Learning. Why am I not subscribed on this channel? And they just posted a video right here of some AI goodness. So look at this. So this is the artist. She painted, I think, like 6 frames. She painted 6 frames of roto. Ran this algorithm, and this is what it's doing. So rotoing, I mean, it's gonna be way faster. You just gotta have like 6 really good frames of roto, and it was able to pull that off, which is crazy. So this is how like deepfakes, if you wanted to, I mean, in my head, if you're gonna do some deepfakes, you could do like 6 frames of replacing a face manually, and then give it the input, and I think you'd be able to pull it off. But anyway, it's pretty freaking incredible. Oh yeah, so here's the frames that she rotoscoped, and then you take it into you show it the original 6 frames, and then it'll run this algorithm. And so once it builds this inference, then you plug that back into your footage, and it'll, boom, it does it. Anyway, guys, AI is not going to take away jobs. It's just going to make our lives so much easier. Also, I see Fred saying, "Hail Hydra." Yep. Yeah, so anyway, if any of you are not using Nuke, I would say now's a good time. They have a free 1080p version. They also have an indie version. You get everything Nuke Studio, and the indie version is like $500 or $600 a year. So I would jump on that if you don't have Nuke. It's pretty dang awesome what Foundry is starting to do with their footage or their software. Wow. So AI tools are being built into our compositing softwares, which is like, so far no other company has done this, not like this. So Nuke, of course, always ahead of the game. This was such a sweet update, and it was so exciting. So anyway, just thought I'd talk about how fun that is. So eventually I'll show you guys. We'll do some maybe tutorials or some fun VFX stuff. I also wanted to, I was going to show you guys. There's just some crazy stuff coming out. I talked about metahumans for Unreal. Oh yeah, Foundry did say in their live stream, this is interesting. they hinted at it. And I don't know if anyone else watched their live stream when they launched 13, but integrating Unreal Engine into Nuke, which is like, can you imagine that? It's like live linked to Unreal Engine. Anyway, I think that's why they put the Hydra renderer into Nuke, is they're preparing to be like, what if we could take Unreal Engine, pipe it in, and like re-render stuff out. I don't know. It's just, or they have all that the deep data that they could pull from it for compositing. Because they're gonna start trying to connect like virtual production stuff and Unreal Engine stuff directly into Nuke, I think, in the future, which is sweet. Yeah, it's just such an exciting time. Like, it seems like these updates are just getting more and more crazy. Anyway, yeah, so crypto art. So I've been wanting to create some crypto art, some fun stuff. So maybe I'll show you kind of, it's almost like I'm trying to rethink kind of how I do stuff. Like if I'm doing, I don't know, I'm trying to think, will my style sell? I think a lot of you, tell me what you guys, how you're feeling about crypto art. I mean, I know some people have been dealing with some depression and feeling like they're left out. Let me know, because I get it. It's like you're not getting on the platforms yet, and everyone's selling their artwork for millions or even thousands of dollars, which is crazy. But yeah, it's hard not for me to be like, do I need to change my style? Anyway, I enjoy my style, but some people don't. I'll show you guys something I've been working on. This is I was gonna post this on Twitter and be like, this is a shot from the Snyder cut that didn't make it. I'm just gonna let this preview. I was gonna just start this shot like this, and post on Twitter and be like, release the Snyder cut or something like that. I'd be like, oh, deleted scene from Justice League that is a hero that you didn't see in the movie. And of course, it was gonna be Jesus. I'll show you. But I did this rendered in Redshift. Oh, I haven't even talked about this. I've been using Character Creator a lot. So, because I'm not really character artist, and I want to be a little bit more, because I want to have my cool environments, and I want to start adding animation and stuff. So I built someone in Character Creator, a character, did all the texturing. The other cool thing is you can connect Character Creator to ZBrush, which is sweet, and Unreal. Anyway, so I did them in Character Creator. I took a photo of Octane Jesus, and I projected his face on, and then I modeled it a little bit. And then you take that and you put it into iClone, which is another software to animate the character, and you can even do motion capture. Brought it into iClone, animated it, took that character, then I took him and I brought him into Marvelous Designer. I know I jumped through like a lot of softwares, and Marvelous Designer, I did his cape, or his robe, and his little cape thingy. Then I export all of that out in an Alembic, and I throw it over into Houdini, and I was like determined. I'm like, I am going to learn hair sim. I was like, I have to. So his hair looks like it's kind of froey or flowy, but it, yeah, once this plays back, you'll see. It's like, I want it to look like it was like underwater. Anyway, I learned how to use hair in Houdini the other day, and so I put all the pieces together. And I'm gonna have multiple shots of this. I think there's gonna be another shot where his foot like touches the ground, and the ground's like dust and stuff starts kicking away. All right, so here he is. Maybe I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. What up, Anthony? Okay, let me come in here. Oh, there we go. Can you guys see that? Okay. I wanted to put some music and like sound effects. I'll maybe add some particles here in Nuke. But like, look at his hair flowing. I made him kind of like his hair, like he pulls it forward and it's like. Anyway, I was having so much fun doing this. So I may like create like little shorts. Like this will be the first shot. And then I'm gonna do like another shot, close up of his foot, touching like the ground, and then a wide shot. Actually, I may cut between here, a wide shot of him like descending, close up, toe touching the ground, starting to like split and like dust floating like Superman, and then a wide shot of the like a mountain or something going. Anyway, I just thought this reminded me of Superman when you see him for the first time. What do you guys think? I had so much fun doing this. Yeah, his hair's all flowing. It's fun. Yeah, so there you go. Add some the Superman theme or something, and then be like, Zack Snyder didn't show you that Jesus was in his movie. So I'll show you. Maybe I'll show you the Houdini project file. I had another project that I had set up, and it wasn't working. I did this huge mountain breaking, and it just wasn't working. Anyway, it's really fun. All right, while this is loading, have any of you guys used Character Creator? I'd love to hear. I've been using it for a couple of different things. Maybe I'll show you another thing I've been working on. Here, let me save this. Because I've been wanting to do my little Dragon Ball Z short. I have like so many things I want to do. Oh, so here's, this is the mountain that I started to fracture. We're going to go back. Let me hide that piece. Okay. All right. So if I go into cam 1, I'll show you, we'll do a little, I'll play this back for you. So this is, there he is floating. And his hair always, you know, you start with that, but okay, so I have it cached. I cached out his hair and everything. Maybe I'll do we'll do a little playback. Well, that, oh, there we go. Yeah, so this is the wide shot, and the camera's like panning down. So yeah, you'll see his like clothing kind of settle in. I should show you guys the close-up of this, because the close-up, he like, it's cool because in iClone you can have people blink, so you can get all these like little animation things for free without having to manually do it. So I think iClone's super great way to create a character in Character Creator, bring it into iClone. iClone's a part of the same system that just sends it over, and then animate them in there. I'm not an animator. I don't profess or think I have animation skills. So this was really fun to be able to animate something. And I'm going to do a little bit more animation stuff in there and practice. But yeah, animate, bake it, throw it into Houdini or Marvelous Designer, do your cloth sim. When you're doing your cloth sim, you always want to start in the T-pose. So I always make sure before I have them moving, I always start them there, set a keyframe, and then animate from there. I'm learning all of these little tricks. Anyway, I should show you the rendered frame of this. Let me go to good frame, where his hair's kind of flowing, and we'll open up Redshift. All right, it's gonna load. Okay, so there's that one shot. This is the raw cam 1. So there he is, yeah. His flowing hair. Anyway, I was having fun with this. It was a good time. Good way to practice. Give yourself a little project. Be like, I'm gonna do hair cloth sim. I'm gonna do a bunch of other sims. So I want to do backgrounds in this, a matte painting, foreground stuff. Anyway, it'll be really fun when it's done. So yeah, that's one thing I've been doing. Let's pull the chat. Finally got stream switch. Thank you, Pistol Shrimps. Hey, are you the Pistol Shrimps, the guys that have that YouTube channel, Pistol Shrimps? Because you're... If so, you guys freaking kill it. Okay. Nope. That's okay. Sweet. Here, I'm gonna pull up, let's pull up Photoshop. I'll show you what I did in Character Creator. I'm just showing you guys a bunch of stuff because it's been so long. I feel like I haven't shown anyone of my work, my little projects. Anyway, yeah, so the next step would be building out the ground, and that's what I started doing. Yeah. Let me see. This is booting up. I really got to get my second monitor back up. So, any of you Dragon Ball Z fans out there? Because I'm obviously a super fan. I'll show you this. This is not done. So if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, who is this? Name this character. So right now he's holding a sphere. He's going to be holding another character's head. This isn't done yet. But I was having so much fun creating this. So I created this in Character Creator. This guy. Brought him over to ZBrush. And then I did some sculpting. And then I exported the low poly. Brought it. Or just I exported out the character. Brought it into... What was it? I think Cinema 4D. And yeah. Let me see if I can show you the raw. This is the raw render out of Cinema. Paint overs. Makes pretty big difference. It's not Boo. I tricked you. It's not Boo. It is Dodoria. I know. I don't know if a lot of you know, but he has like spiky... he was one of Frieza's, if you know Dragon Ball Z. He's one of Frieza's little minions. Anyway, I'm creating some concept art. I would love to do like a little short. And so I first will create like a style. Oh, I'm glad you like the lighting. Yeah, the lighting turned out pretty sweet. It was so much fun. Yeah, I got that subsurface scattering on his ear. Anyway, look how freaking scary that is. His teeth. Character Creator is awesome because you can create characters that have like veins and wrinkles and all these things, and you don't need to really sculpt or anything, and then you just send it over to your 3D software or into ZBrush, and you can just add even more detail and then render it out. And it integrates pretty dang well, I would say, into like Redshift and stuff. Yeah, got that subsurface scattering. I need to clean it up. You can see all the noise. I gotta do a higher res, but this wasn't the final render. I was gonna paint over, kind of see how it's looking, and then go add the other characters and update. He's gonna, yeah, I have a whole little scene with this guy. He's gonna be holding someone's head, a girl Saiyan by the hair, and he's gonna destroy her, and then Bardock is what I was gonna have another character where he's fighting him, which was gonna be sweet. I have this whole idea, guys, but I gotta get good at animation before I can start risking that. Anyway, yeah, I drew these little lightning things. Photoshop is great because when you're concepting, because before I want to do like a simulation, I can come in here and try some ideas out. But I painted, let's see if it'll show you. Oh, there's the rain. I didn't even have the rain on. There we go. There's even more detail. I painted some raindrops on him. That looks better. Before, after. So yeah, I like painted in these like rain kind of like going down his face, a little droplets and stuff. It just added that like the water's interacting with his body. Anyway, if you can do this kind of stuff, like paint on one frame and kind of be like, ooh, this would look sweet. It gives you a better idea as to what you want to do and before you start simulating stuff. Because I'm like, okay, I would need to animate him. I would need to do a rain sim with some particles, and then I need it to like go down his face, and how big do the particles need to look. It's just a great way. Paint over frames is a great way to practice. So yeah, this is Dodoria from Dragon Ball Z with his no armor on, because I hadn't started sculpting armor yet. That's the truth. I'm not super good at ZBrush yet, but I'll get there, and we'll create some armor. I want it to look more like realistic, almost like I like the way Zack Snyder interprets characters, so I want it to be more Snydery. I know. Who watched the Snyder Cut? I thought it was pretty sweet. It was way better than the original. Anyway, that's Doria. That's the Flying Jesus. Maybe I'll show you guys how to do some hair in here really quick, and then I'm gonna end it because I have to do some family stuff, clean up the house, you know. Oh, it hasn't released in India yet? Well, look forward to it. Pistol Shrimp. And don't forget to subscribe if you're on Twitch. Subscribe. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Oh, sorry, I saw some people that had left. I missed some people. Brandon thought you could pass this, it could pass tutorial. Thank you. I think I can add a little bit more to it, but thank you. Okay, maybe I'll show you guys how to do some hair stuff in Houdini, or how cool it is. We'll just play a little bit. So I just create a sphere because I think this is gonna be the easiest way to do it. So they make it super, super easy. If you go into the shelf tools, hair tools, you should go add fur. And select, hit enter. Come on now. Add fur, select animated. There we go. So if you have an animated character, so then you can do a static and an animated. So if we had this sphere moving, actually we could just pull it over here. I'm gonna animate this one. Set a key, go out like 40 frames. Set a key. Because this right here, this little is the animated skin. And so you'll see now the hair's sticking to it. So the first thing you have in here is your groom. This is your guides. So if I turn off, let me turn off these lower levels and turn on this. You first want to play with your guides. So you can choose the density, all this stuff. And then the length. So if we want this to be 0.1 or, whoa, that's too big. 0.5. And you'll see right now, now we go to the deform, and this is the deforming one is it following. I want to hide this one. Okay. So now you see, okay, it's following it. Also, if you click this button, this is real time. Those of you that don't know. Okay. So then you can go inside of here, and this is where you can start adding all that like curl and all these other fun things. So one thing I always like to do is clumps. So you can bring it down in here and it'll connect. So now you can see you have it clumping. And I love this feature, the curl. So we can say, hey, curl a little bit. You can do fractal, so it's gonna break it out a little bit more. So there you go. You can just start adding some curly curls. Tell it how curly you want it to be. You also can do set a direction. So you have this tool. So we can be like, maybe we would actually want this to go in before. So you set the direction. So if you're like, I know you want, you want the hair to go a certain way. We can just say, maybe not -1 there, but let's go up. And then you do your hair clump. So now you have the hair clumping upwards. Voila, like that. Then you can go back. So there we go. And if I hit play, you'll see it's following perfectly. Let me just check the chat really quick. Really quick, Fred says, watched it anyway, but I didn't like some parts of CG. Yeah, some of the CG, there was a weird part in Justice League with the Amazons when they're fighting. Like, there's really cool parts, and then there's parts that were little green screeny, but that's okay. Okay. So, let me see how many people we got in here. Okay. So, yeah, now you have this kind of hair, curly hair. These are guides. And if I look at, if we look at the actual hair, let me turn my display background on light so you can see this better. So yeah, now we have this hair in there. And this is where you would choose like how much, we could have it way more dense if we want. But you can actually come in here and you can start doing more things like hair. Let's see. I think we could do some frizz, I think. Let's do frizz. So now I can add a little bit of frizz into there. So I'll turn this on and off. So before, after. So yeah, now we're starting to break it up a little bit. We could really turn the amplitude up, but sweet. And with this, then let's say we wanted to have some simulation stuff going on. Let's just click on, so you click on your deform and you go simulate guides, and you'll see it's going to start running through some stuff. You can see on the bottom. I'm going to hide my hairs and just look at the guides, the simulated guides. Boom. There we go. It's pretty dang amazing. There you go. Now I have simulated hair. And then you could come in here and, actually let's look at our hair now. Let's play this back. So this is what our hair will look like. I mean, we did this, that was pretty quick too. So it does get a little bit crazier when you start using like, I would actually not recommend using Alembics. I, for some reason, could not get Alembics to look right. It was really frustrating. Let me see where this goes to. Okay, we're gonna go to 65 frames, just so we don't have to do a little preview cache. It should go be super quick. All right, let me see what the chat. You also can trim, cut, brush, lift the hair. There is so much you can do in Houdini's tools. So yeah, just remember static object, animated object, has to be the same object. So you're basically just holding a frame from the animated one. They're going into your guides. Your guides go into your deformer. So you create guides first, then you generate the hairs. Man, Houdini just, as far as simulation, oh my gosh. Houdini just kills it. So I watched a lot of tutorials on how to do this, and this was the simplest way. I'll probably have to do a tutorial one day on how to handle using like Olympics and stuff, because man, that was a pain. I had to export an FBX to get it to work properly. So just a little tip, if you're wanting to do hair, I would recommend using an FBX over an Olympic. Otherwise you're gonna run into like a billion different problems and get really frustrated. So yeah, in the simulation, some cool things you can do. You have Vellum. You can, I was trying this the other day, do clump constraints, which is sweet. So it'll find the clumps and it'll try to connect those. There's also a volume, where is it? Vellum forces, hair volume. So like, and your hair is like puffy. So I'm gonna just turn these both on, and we're gonna run another simulation. Just preview this out. Also, I always recommend when you're testing your simulations out in Houdini, do them in your flipbook, just because it's a lot. Like, it's going to cache it down here, but it plays back nice and fast. So just flipbook things. And I always like to just start watching. So you'll see now it's like a little bit that has volume to it. The hair is going to kind of bounce a little bit more. It all depends on, like, you know, what you're going for, but okay. That's fun. Can you guys see that all right? Anyway, yeah, the hair simulation stuff is crazy good in Houdini. I mean, everything in simulation world in Houdini is great, but if you're also having problems with your simulation, like you're getting some weird things happening, it's always good to mess with your substeps right here. So if you're getting weird, like hair's doing something driving you nuts, try turning your, it's going to take longer, but if you turn up your substeps, you'll find that it'll refine a lot of those little thingies. Yeah, you can do collision, self-collision. We didn't have that even turned on. External collisions. So yeah, you can bring in other things to collide with the hair. So I'm going to show you guys how to render this out in Redshift, because why not? So we got to go click on. So right now I'm going to hide our static object, our static sphere, because we don't need it. And this is our, so if I hide this, here's our animated sphere. And now we have our hairs all animated. So you'll click on the hairs, Redshift object, if you have Redshift installed. You can come in here and you can do render as a strand. Then we just need to do Redshift, add a Redshift ROP. So this is basically turning on your Redshift, those of you that don't know. And we're going to make sure in Redshift we have global illumination, brute force, radiance point cloud. I'm just going to leave the settings as is. We're going to go back to our object. And we need to add a nice light in here. We could turn on, I think, our light right there, so we can kind of see what's going on. And the lights always come in super bright, so I'm just going to go down to 10. It's pretty sweet. Okay. I also really like to add dome lights. So add a dome light. Come in here, you'll choose a dome map. Also, setting up your directory so you don't have to go search through your folders by adding them in here is a great thing to do, a good practice, just so you don't have to always navigate. Studios, turn off show sequence entries so you're seeing each image. You also can show images. This is something I don't think a lot of people talk about when you're trying to look for look what your image looks like. I'm just gonna grab this HDR, bring it in, and then we need to create a hair material. So I'm gonna go into my shop network, which is where you create materials, and I'm gonna type hair. We have a RS, stands for Redshift hair. And then we're going to drag this onto our hair. And let's take a look and see what we have going on. While this is loading, and bring up the chat, see what's going on with you guys. Pistol, you won't use. I'm confused. Why won't you use vellum? So right now, look how gross that looks. Well, we got to fix that. So let's go into our objects, and we need to change the scale of the strips. So I'm gonna just change it to 0.1. There we go. So now we have individual hairs. We could even go smaller than that if we want, so like 0.05. There we go. So now it's looking a little bit more like hair. And this light looks like it's not even doing that much, just 20. Oh, I'm on the wrong angle. So if I go on camera 1. So it looks like it really wants me to crank this up. We'll go back up to 100. Is this flipped the wrong way? Yep, it was flipped the wrong way. Go 30. So now you have this little hairy thing. And then you just go into your material options, and you can turn up like reflection or glossiness. We could change the hair color to more of a brown color. And then you got to mess with like your diffuse color. Transmission. This reflected color looks a little weird. Lock my oops, gotta lock my view. Anyway, there you go. So now we would have this little hairy ball thingy. Maybe I'm gonna turn up my HDR light and my other lights too. Maybe, matter of fact, one time, maybe in the future streams, I'm gonna do a session where I talk about lighting. I think that'd be fun. All right, I'm gonna turn this up to 2. And if you don't want to see your lights, click on your light and you can go into the visibility and just check that off so that we don't see that. I'm also going to turn that 5. Bigger light. Oh boy, where'd that go? Oops. Here we go. All right, let me go full screen. Pause this. Let me see the chat really. Actually, let's see. We're gonna go into our out, and I'm gonna crank up 16, 64. We'll do a quick render, and while that's rendering, Kevin, why this sad face? Sorry, I'm missing some of your guys' chat. Pistol Shrimp, don't be scared of vellum hair. You'll get it, I promise. Don't be scared of it. All right, so we have a lot of, our resolution's not high enough, so we got to come in here, turn that 240. There's also this, we got to go into the system, and I think there's a hair tessellation mode. There we go. I'm going to turn up to 8 steps. And I'm also going to go into my objects, click on my camera, and we're going to turn the resolution up to like 1920, 1080, re-render, and let's see if we get a little nicer result. Do you guys have any questions on the hair stuff? I'm still learning a lot too, but it's so much fun. I would challenge you. Yeah, go download a Mixamo character or another character creator, whatever, animate it, and then try to do some hair sims on it. Practice. If you also want it to be coming out of like a certain spot, you have to create groups. So you have to create a group before in your static object. Create a group, and then you do the input as that group. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. That's fun. And I feel like some of these hairs are, there's like not enough subdivisions. Like they're too, they're not flowing enough. There's too many jagged edges. And that could be a couple of things. But I think it's, I didn't add enough segments. But I think in here, we can add segments in here. I wonder if I turn that up to like 15. So I'm gonna make a stamp right here, and I'm gonna do another render. And then we're gonna call it a done on the stream. We'll be done here. But like I was saying, if this doesn't clean up those jagged edges, I think we need to come into the hair, and we need to, so there's thickness. I also wonder if my thickness isn't working properly. I know we need to, we gotta fix something in here. Subdivisions, we gotta crank up subdivisions. Angle clump. Maybe it has to do with more of my guides. We have to turn our segments up in our guides. I'll have to figure that out to get a little bit like smoother edges, because there are some too many straight lines. I'm gonna turn off the lights because these, well, I think it looks the same. It's pretty gross. I love it. I'm gonna add an image here and then compare the two. So the subdivisions didn't really do anything, and the time is exactly the same. So that didn't do anything. So I think I would have to increase them in another way. Okay. Oh, oops. Sorry, guys. There we go. Thanks, guys, for joining, hanging out. This is kind of a fun section. How long do you think NFT will last? Is it a bubble? Will it explode soon? I don't know. Things are changing so fast. It could be a bubble, or it could be legit. But I mean, for a lot of people, it's legit. People are making a lot of money. I'm going to try to get on there, try to sell some stuff. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Maybe I'll report back to you guys, be like, this is what I did, this is what worked, this is what didn't. I don't have a Discord server. Sorry. Maybe I'll make one. I think I'm just going to start trying to do live streams a little bit more for you guys, just where we chat. last things I'm going to plug my VFXCentral.net. VFXCentral.net. If you guys want stock effects, education, you want to learn my process, I have a course I've created. I'm working on other courses. Currently, After Effects one's almost done. The After Effects one is just for beginners. And then eventually maybe I'll make some Nuke. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Check back in. Maybe we'll try to do this more regularly. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate ya. And we'll see you in the next stream.